Hi everybody, it's Patty and I'm here for the 12 Days of Christmas event that's on our blog for Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. This is day 8 and what I have done is altered a pair of ice skates. And these are going to be for my mom, and I will tell you the story in a second, but first I'm going to tell you how I did this. Um, First thing I did was the blades on these were a little rusty, kinda. So what I did is I took the silver rub and buff and went over the blades of the skate. The second thing I did was take the fabric, or the lace. I covered the boot with lace. Let me zoom in so you can see just a little bit there. And I didn't cover the whole boot. See, the front of it is not covered, and then you can see on the back right here it's not covered. It's just pretty much from the top of the boot and this whole section that I covered with lace. And how I did that was I put fabric tack basically right along the edge, like right here. I just ran the fabric tack around the whole boot like this, and I laid the lace fabric on top, and then I kind of trimmed away. I let it dry, and then I went back and trimmed it really close. So it's basically, I cut to the stitch marks that are on the boot. And then what I did was I took this little loopy trim and I put that over the, to cover up the, the raw edge of the lace. And then, well, before I actually put the lace on, I did take the, what's it called? Folk Art, the metallic pearl white paint, and I just kind of went over the boot just a little bit because there was some scuff marks and stuff, so I just wanted to cover them up. So I just touched it and it made it a little shiny, and then I put the lace on. I'm sorry, I'm giving you directions in the wrong order again. I then added this trim along the bottom, and they go all the way around the boot. And for the laces, I used double face satin ribbon, and I laced it up, and on this boot I tied a bow. And on this boot, the second boot, I just tied a knot, and I kind of hooked them together, and basically they are going to hang, let me see if I can, on top of each other. I'll have to back my camera up so I can show you, but I'm just going to show you. For the spray that I made, these are the wood roses that I have in the store, and what I did is I painted them both, and I then took my glossy accents and went around the edge and took the clear German glass glitter and sprinkled it on there, and you can probably see a little bit of shimmer on that. And then I used these strawberries that are the glittered, they're not glittered, they're the glass bead sugar strawberries, and then I just have some pine branch, and there's a mint green leaf up here too, and there's some feathers on both ends and the pearl loops. And I just decorated the front of the one boot, because this is actually gonna, when they hang, you're not gonna see the top of the other boot. So I'm gonna show you on this boot. I did add on both boots a little trim lace around the top, and on this boot, let's see, I just put a wood rose on the toe with 2 mint green leaves, the feathers, and the pearls. So when they hang, now let me see if I can show you. I'll have to back my camera up so you can kind of see. Sorry. That's basically how they are going to hang. And you can see how they are. Oh, I am on. There we go. So that's how they're going to hang, and I have it hanging by a satin ribbon, and then there's a bow at the top, and then the long tassels hanging down. And like I said, these boots, these ice skates are actually for my mom for Christmas. When she was a little girl, she wanted a pair of ice skates for Christmas, and her father had passed away when she was very young, and my grandma worked at the Mayo Clinic as a nurse. And basically back then nurses didn't really make a lot of money, and my mom had there was a total of 6 kids in the family. So every year they would only get hats, gloves, and scarves. Well, one year she asked my grandma for a pair of ice skates. And it just so happened one of the neighbors gave my grandma a pair of ice skates. And my grandma took them home and polished them up, made them look really nice, and wrapped them and put them under the tree for my mom. My mom opened them, and she told me it was the best gift she ever got. The problem was the skates were 3 sizes too small for her feet. And she wore them anyway and ice skate. So these boots, these ice skate boots, are my mom's size. Now mind you, she's not going to be ice skating. My mom's, up in age, so she's not going to be going out ice skating. But I thought it would be nice to give her that memory of those ice skates that she got when she was a little girl to have, and she can hang this on her wall or set them by her fireplace. And I'm going to stick a little note in the top of the boot, a little letter, just to tell her why I made them for her. I'm sure she'd know, because she told myself and my siblings this story when we were little kids. Only because, kids always want, and my mom used to remind us that when she was little, there wasn't a lot of money, and she couldn't have everything she wanted, but she was very thankful for everything that she got. So it just was a little reminder of, and I actually tell my kids, I've told my kids this story. All my kids know. I have 6 kids, and all my kids know this story. So it's one of those stories that every year I tell my kids at Christmas time this story to remind them that, I can't buy them everything, and I don't think anybody can buy them everything on their list, because that's just virtually impossible. So that's my story of these ice skates, and I hope you have a chance to stop by the blog. I'm going to put the link down below so you can go over there and leave a comment, because we are having a daily surprise Christmas present giveaway, and you have to leave a comment to be entered. And this is day 8, so I only have a few more days. But make sure, if you're just hearing about this, make sure you go back on the blog and see all the other projects. We had a lot of projects up there from a lot of people. And thank you to everybody who participated and made projects for this. You guys are all amazing. This has been really fun to do. And I'm really proud of how this is turning out, the whole blog event, the 12 Days of Christmas. Everybody's putting up some wonderful projects, so make sure, like I said, make sure you go back, and you can still leave comments and everything else. Show some love, everything. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.